Hi there, friends and neighbors. I'm going to show you an example of a complete results section for a chi-square goodness of fit test. You use this when you've got a single categorical variable with more than two categories. Strictly speaking, it also works with two categories, but I'm going to work with more than two. Now what we've got is a team called Vegan Panda Bears, and what they're studying is people's preferred musical genres. Okay, this is the components that go into a typical results section. You need your descriptive stats, a graph, and your inferential stats, which means you need to state HO, H1, and alpha, assumption check, get your fun stuff, your mathy stuff, the confidence interval if appropriate, test statistic, degrees of freedom, p-value. Make your decision about HO and interpret it in the confidence interval if appropriate. And then finally, interpret in plain English in the research context. So let's go ahead and get started. They're asking people, hey, what's your favorite type of music? And their hypothesis is that there's no particular pattern, that all musical genres are approximately equal. So we'll go statistical analysis, discrete variables, because it is categorical. Choose frequency distributions, and choose genre. Now we're going to choose the chi-square goodness of fit test, turn off where it shows missing data, show the percent because that's our descriptive statistics, and show the graph. You click OK. And the null hypothesis is that they're all equal. So there are 5 categories, so we're hypothesizing that alt rock, classic rock, hip hop, rap, metal, and pop are all equal. So in the population. And you click OK. Okay, now I'm going to scroll up and look at the descriptive statistics. That's the percentages for each genre. So I'm going to copy this table, right click, copy. I also will need the sample size. I can get that 7 plus 3 is 10, 13 plus 5 plus 2, well 5 plus 2 is 7, so 13 plus 7 is 20, so their sample size is 30. Okay, so that's what I'm going to put for the descriptive statistics. So I've just copied this table, right click, paste it. It's nice to select it and choose a font like Courier that makes it monospace so it actually looks good. And these are the sample statistics, and then I'm going to add in here that n equals 30. So 23% in the sample favored alt rock, 10% classic rock, 43% hip hop, 7% metal, and 17% pop. Looks like there probably are going to be some differences in that population. We're probably going to reject HO, but we'll find that out soon enough. Let's go get our graph. And here's where, if you've got Windows or Mac, you can just right-click on it and copy the graph and paste it into your paper. I am using Linux, so I'm going to print screen, copy to clipboard, go to an image editor. I'm using GIMP. Paste it. Well, it didn't look right. Get rid of that. Paste it. Select it. And then I'll paste that into my paper. Okay. Cut. Go over to my paper. Right click. Paste. I wonder what the more options are. None of them are good. Paste it, right click, anchor as character, make it smaller, cut it, and paste it. Okay. So I've got my descriptive statistics, I've got my graph. Now I want to get my inferential statistics. So HO is that all groups are equal. HO, all genres are equally popular. And yes, you write it out in words. At least one pair of genres, well, let's just say at least one genre is more or less popular than others. Alpha, you pick 0.05 unless you've got a good reason not to. And the assumption check is that all expected counts are at least 5. n equals 30, p equals 1/5 in all 5 categories. So we have n times p equals 30 times 0.2, okay, equals 6. Is that right? 6, 12, 18. Yeah, that's right. So n times p equals 6 for each group. So we meet the assumptions. That's great. We can move on. We also have random sampling to ensure that independence is met. Now, confidence interval, test statistic, degrees of freedom, p-value. You're not going to get a confidence interval here. You're just going to get the, when you scroll down, you'll get the chi-square test statistic. It's 12.7. 4 degrees of freedom, and there's your p-value. Copy all of that. Right-click. Copy. Come back to your Word document. Right-click. Paste. And there it is. Decision. Well, the p-value of 0.013 is less than or equal to alpha of 0.05, so we reject HO. Finally, we put it in plain English. At least, there is sufficient evidence to support the claim that one genre is more popular or less popular than others. And I should say at least. Okay. And here's where we dig into exactly why. So we hypothesized they're all 20%. So I'm going to look at these and see which one is furthest from 20%. And I think I would say 43% with rap hip hop. Specifically, so 43 is much different from 20. I'm going to say that that's, if anything is significant, and something is, that's probably it. So it looks like rap hip hop is very popular. It appears that rap hip hop is very popular. Now I could also say metal appears to be pretty unpopular because it's 13% lower than 20%, right? It being 7. But that's not as obvious as the rap one. Metal appears to be less popular than expected. Okay, and that's it. That's a complete results section from beginning to end.